Okay, so let me tell you something. I saw this meme and I knew that you guys would enjoy it. Who's been messing up everything? It's been Agatha all along.
Take a bite, boy, I know you wanna take a bite. Take a bite, boy, I know you wanna take a bite. Take a bite, boy, I know you wanna take a bite.
All right, y'all, so some quick housekeeping stuff before we get started. I'm gonna be speaking virtually, of course, at California State University, Stanislaus. Their Ethnic Studies program is having their 3rd annual Black Power Matters event, and I'm pretty excited to be on the panel. I have to remember to send out the links and like the Zoom links and everything to you guys. It's coming up this Friday, so that's just a heads up. Also, you already know every single Tuesday I put up a new episode of The Expression Podcast exclusively on patreon.com/AdrianExpression. I am taking some suggestions from the patrons on how to reorganize and restructure the tiers there. Of course, still keeping some of the main things that are there. So yeah, go over there, check it out, let me know what you think. And lastly, I am sure that you all can see I have a new setup and everything, so just bear with me as I get everything together. I'm kind of excited about this. I think it looks much better, but y'all can tell me. I mean, shit. Now, usually we do all of our talking about Wandavision on the Expression Podcast. But I could not resist. I tweeted, I was like, every single episode, it just gets better and better. It gets better and better. The showrunners, y'all are iconic. Y'all know exactly what y'all doing. Miss Monica Rambeau is giving me all types of life, but bitch, that Agatha reveal was everything. It was everything. And like, I knew that certain things, I was like, okay, I couldn't tell. I could not decide if I wanted, or if Agatha seemed like she was a friend or an enemy. I could not get it. But Miss Mamas was doing everything. She was literally giving us acting classes with Vision when she was sitting her ass in that goddamn car. She brought Evan Peters' Fast and Furious ass to Wanda's door. Like, it was just a whole lot of shit. She killed Sparky, bitch. And I'm telling you, like I said, she must have also put a hex on Dan and Dave, and that's why we got that shitty ass. That's why we got that, you know what I'm saying? That's why we got that shitty ass season 8 of Game of Thrones. Girl, I got my life, and that song is everything. I know that it's gonna be a whole lot of remixes of shit. Ocean did a Wandavision remix that had me gagging. I loved it so much. The show is every goddamn thing. So the next episode of Wandavision, I think it's episode 8, is going to be 48 minutes long. So that means you need to glue your wigs down. You need to fasten your seatbelts and glue those wigs down. If you are not watching Wandavision, you need to get onto it. That greedy ass mouse, that greedy conglomerate ass, you know what I mean, money sucking ass mouse that we call Disney. She know what she doing with that shit. All right, I'll try to cover this quickly because my nerdy ass can definitely talk about this for 3 whole hours, okay? So NASA's Perseverance, this is for my nerds. This is just for my nerds, I'm so sorry. NASA's Perseverance touched down on Mars. It also came with a helicopter called Ingenuity, and they're gonna be, you know, she's going to be scouting the planet. Now, they landed in this area that was a lake bed, like, I guess millions of years before. It's called Jezero Crater, and the purpose is to look for life that might have once been there. So because, like I said, it was a lake before, they think that, you know, whatever it is, some bacteria and whatever the fuck, it could, if it was there, signs of life could still be preserved. Maybe the organisms themselves are preserved, but they could, you know, they had to land there, get all the instruments there, and they're gonna start work. Now, if you're interested in seeing some of these pictures and these are just as the rover itself is powering up, these pictures are everything, okay? I really don't care that it just looks like a damn desert, but it's just so cool to me. It's so cool to me. And this is a picture of the rover. I think it was like 6 feet. They said it was 2 meters above the ground as it was being lowered to the Martian surface. And this is a mock-up of how that whole thing is supposed to look. So it's just really cool. We're gonna get more updates on what's going on the shit that they find. Hopefully they find some shit up there, and maybe we can terraform that shit and I can move there. Cause I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Okay, now speaking of aircraft, what would you do? Everyone pay attention. What would you do if you looked out your window and you saw this? Let me tell you something. We talk about Disney and the Avengers and all that shit. You better send one of them. You better send one of them heroes to come get me. And bitch, if you send Black Widow or Hawkeye, then we're fighting. They were fighting. Apparently this is a United Airlines flight. It was United Airlines flight 328. Everybody's safe. They had to make an emergency landing. It seemed like the engine wanted to learn some firebending or some shit. She thought she was a Zula or something. Let me stop. They're okay, everybody's okay, emergency landing. But United Airlines said, girl, we are grounding these Boeing 777s, girl, we're sorry, but bitch, these hoes is smoking. It's like when them phones was blowing up. Hate it. And on the ground, I'm not sure if this is the same flight because there were multiple flights, I think, this week that had this issue with the Boeing. I think it's the same plane too, Boeing 777. It was engine parts on the goddamn ground. Now let me tell you something, I won't be taking no pictures. Y'all love to take pictures. I'm laying my ass underneath that engine. I don't care what you're talking about. I'm getting a check. And I'm not getting up. I'm not getting up until United Airlines themselves sends out somebody to my goddamn house to pick up that engine part. I'm gonna be laid out underneath there. I'm glad everybody's okay, but that shit is scary as hell. Now, speaking of something else that's a little bit scary, y'all are going through it in Texas because you have some people who, you know, they like to use their brains, but then you have some people in Texas who are just like putting lighters to snowballs and be like, oh my gosh, it's not melting, and so the government must have rained down some weird shit on us, like, because this is not real snow. Look at this shit.
Our government and Bill Gates. Thank you, Bill Gates, for trying to fucking trick us that this is real snow. You'll see. It's not melting, no water, no dripping, no nothing.
My first thing is like, okay, the government don't even want to give motherfuckers checks. Like, they don't even want to give us checks. What makes you think that they're going to literally spend so much of their time loading up cargo planes full of like fake snow and down Texas? They don't give that much of a fuck about us. If they wanted us going, they just press the button. Like I always say, people are like, oh my God, they love to talk about these complicated ass government conspiracy theories and shit. And there is some fucked up shit going on in the government, but this mama's, they prove time and time again, if they want to get our ass out of here, all they have to do is press a button. They go, what? They go rain down fake snow? What are you talking about? And yeah, for those of you who are wondering, when you hold a lighter up to a snowball like that, some of the ice does melt because it's fire, but it gets absorbed in the rest of the snowball, sweetie. That's why when you eat snow cones, you can suck the water out that shit. Let's remember that. Second of all, the scorch mark that is on the snowball itself, it comes from a mix of a whole lot of shit, but butane that's coming from the lighter is definitely one of them. So I want us all to just do our research. If you have a question, just search it and use some science. It's okay, baby. Now, speaking of somebody else who acted up in Texas, I'm so happy that, you know, I've started to see some of the power coming back for some of y'all in Texas, but y'all do not deserve Ted Cruz. Like, oh my gosh. Like, when I tell you, I do not want to start crying right now. I'm gonna fucking... This man, as soon as Ted Cruz saw one snowflake, oh my God, hold on. As soon as Ted Cruz said, bitch, there's a snowflake coming down here, we in Texas, Ted Cruz literally I'm telling you, they caught his ass in 4K. Okay, he was at the airport. Apparently people was just like, okay, we going on vacation. Why is Ted Cruz here? Ted Cruz was at the airport with his family. They was finna go to Cancun. They went to Cancun, I think, right? Because these pictures from Cancun. They went, I don't know what, they was at the airport. They was heading to Cancun. While literally, I'm talking about Texas, power out, people, utility companies charging people thousands and thousands of dollars. People snowed in. People are like, don't have nothing to eat and shit. Like supermarkets all fucked up. Ted Cruz took him and his family, and they said, good riddance, bitch. Just like Joe Biden be saying, good luck. Hope you can find them student loan money in the corners of your car seat and shit. I hope you got them quarters. Ted Cruz said, good luck, bitch. I'm taking my family. We going to Cancun. Bitch, they dragged the shit out of his ass. When I tell you they dragged the shit out of his ass, I mean, the whole entire internet got on that ass. They got on that ass. And he's just a sleaze, honestly. Just let him do whatever the fuck he want. Then he gonna come back on Twitter talking about after he done got dragged, talking about, oh yeah, girl, I'm helping us stay down, girl. He had a Texas mask on too while he doing all this shit. It's crazy. I said, you have to be bullied into helping your constituents. Ted Karma is going to drag the shit out of his ass. That shit was pathetic. Let's talk about some TV news real quick. I know I already did it at the beginning of the video, but there's a little bit more. There was apparently, listen to this shit. Sorry. There was apparently a rumor. Now this is just a rumor, okay? This is just a rumor. That Jennifer Lawrence was being cast as Susan Storm in the new installment or the new movies, Fantastic Four, Marvel got coming. Bitch, when I tell you the internet said, girl, no man. You know what? I think they did, as much as we be dragging Jennifer Lawrence, I think they did her ass wrong with the way, well, Fox did her wrong. That's what I think. I know we be dragging her, but I think Fox did her wrong with Mystique, just because Mystique that's not the character. Mystique ain't no hero. She didn't come to save the day, bitch. She didn't come to save the day. So like, they really fucked up Jennifer Lawrence with the type of Mystique character that they gave her. So I'll be honest about that shit. But the internet was I'm just telling you what the internet said. The internet said, girl, are you serious? And they came out immediately and they were just like, well, a couple sources from like, I think it was Deadline or something, said that Marvel is still looking for writers for Fantastic Four. So, they ain't gonna cast nobody right now. A lot of people were bringing up the old Fantastic Four, the one with Chris Evans and Jessica Alba. Let me tell you something. That, as cheesy as the movies are right now, when you go back and watch them, that Fantastic Four will always have a place in my heart. I don't know, it's just something about Sue and that bloody ass nose. Avatar: The Last Airbender fans, here's some more news about what's going on over at Netflix. They are saying that Katara will reportedly be 16 years old instead. So she's going to be the older sibling instead of Sokka. Aang will still be 12. So it's going to be, Katara's going to be 16, Sokka's going to be 14, Aang's going to be 12. So now, even though I am very iffy about this series, especially since the original creators left, and also since a lot of the voice actors have spoken, like they've come out to drag it, this particular change, I don't really mind, I don't really care about, only because Sokka always acted like he was young as fuck anyway, and Katara was the mother figure out of all day annoying asses. So, I get why people would be mad because you're changing fundamental things about the characters, but for me, I'm just like, sis, she acted like she was the oldest anyway, so. This series is looking more messy and messy as the days go on. I really hope that they can get this shit together. Like, it doesn't seem like they'll be able to, though, I ain't gonna lie. Alright, so it feels like I literally take a break for a week and Megan has a whole man. I'm like, wait, what's going on? Where's the hot girl shit? And Megan was like, you can be a hot girl and still have a man. That's what she said. I was like, okay. But she has a whole ass man. Now, if you're wondering what's going on with a lot of people's opinions about that relationship, at first, I think when a lot of people first kind of realized all this was going on, I think they were on a live or something, and Megan was with her girls in the bathroom, and I guess she was taking too long or something, and her man, Pardi, I guess that's what you call him, Pardi, he was knocking on the door, like banging on the door, like, girl, no, you need to get out. And so all her fans, Megan's fans, was just like, they were like, Meg, are you okay? This man's kind of doing a lot. And Megan came up there and said, guess what? That's my man. He's really sweet. And you could just tell by the look on her face that he is, let me just say, I've looked in niggas' faces like that before. Hanging on their arm and shit. I know what's going on. That's all I'm gonna say. I know what's going on. But yeah, she came over there and said, hey, guess what? He's fine. He's very protective. That's the only thing. And it's just like, okay, it's cool, Megan. Like, it's cool. But wait, you cannot blame your fans, like, who are really concerned about you, especially since that whole thing with Tori went on, and a lot of motherfuckers don't have your best interests at heart. So your fans are gonna obviously be very, protective of you. And so I hope that she interprets it like that and not like, people trying to talk shit about her man. And she made sure to let us know, like, when I get a man, one thing about me, when I get a man, that's my man, you can't talk shit about him. I'm like, okay, Miss Mamas, that's cool, but we just like really worried about you, Miss Mamas. Like, we just want to make sure you good. As long as you good, boo. Cause I feel like these motherfuckers, the hotties, want to roll out in the black truck. Same time we see someone, what's up? But yeah, I hope she's good. I hope he treats her right so that we don't all have to get active, because I feel like we will. Definitely not a lot of politics today, because I want to allow my brain to function normally. I would like to give my brain some peace and quiet for just once in its life. But this one particular political piece of news I wanted to definitely let you guys know about. It's about the Supreme Court. As you know, the Supreme Court, now keep in mind that Trump has appointed judges. And to me, that is the most hilarious part. Let me see if I can hold in this laughter until I'm done reading this fucking news segment about this. Ooh, I failed! All right, this is coming from NBC. The Supreme Court on Monday rejected a last-ditch effort, a last-ditch bid by former President Donald Trump to keep his financial records, including years of his tax returns, out of the hands of the Manhattan District Attorney. Vance's office is trying to investigate potential tax violations involving the Trump Organization. Vance's probe originally appeared to have been focused on hush money payments made on Trump's behalf to two women who have said they had affairs with him. Trump has denied their claims, but court records and new reports suggest prosecutors are now examining more serious allegations. Vance's office could be eyeing possible insurance and bank fraud by the Trump Organization and other tax crimes. So if you are wondering, that's all I wanted to say. If you are wondering why, obviously, you know, beyond the normal reasons of wanting to keep power just for the sake of power and how much of a blow to his ego it would be if he lost his shit. But if you're wondering the real reason why Trump is holding on to that Oval Office for dear life, it's because they're coming for that ass. They're coming, at least we couldn't rely on the feds to do shit, but the New York, I feel like New York don't like his ass. I feel like New York don't like his ass. They're coming for his ass. Manhattan District Attorney say, hey girl, open up them folders. I'm trying to see what's going on, okay? This is one of the only times you'll hear me rooting for the justice system. Anyway, on that note, I love y'all so much. Make sure you check out patreon.com/AdrianExpression, all the goodies and stuff. I'll be refreshing that page and revitalizing it, so follow me on everything. Thank you so much for watching, and make sure that you have a good goddamn evening.
I'm immortal. All you bitches make your wishes for a morsel of my everlasting riches. I want your soul. This is more than just a myth, you better force